Okay, here I am, and I'm gonna be sharing my screen really quick. There. Okay. Okay, guys, here I am. The live stream has begun, and hey, Jack, are you there? Live stream's here. I've started it.
That's kind of working, really.
Just give me a moment. Views.
Anyway, it'll just be working. I think you just have to.
Hey, here I am. Be well. Welcome back to the channel, and today I'm going to be analysing the US election because it's a lot of drama and it's a chance for me to expand the views. Okay, so first we're going to analyse the points here and what ground both of the candidates have got. It's going to look at Washington here. As you can see here, fair blue means they've already picked. Yep.
Who's Palmer?
Who's who?
Palmer.
Who's Palmer?
Palmer, he's in the chat.
Oh, that's just another guy. Yeah. Okay, so now I'm going to switch my focus to looking at the election here. So what do we got here? We've got the fair red states being already taken. And what's most interesting here, and really the reason why I started this live stream, is to look at the ground Trump's got, like the unexpected ground. At the start of the day, you'd say this election would be very close, and it isn't really very close. Trump is going off with more than 30 electoral votes, and all 5 of the swing states he's under control of. Especially Pennsylvania does come as a surprise, as for the last few elections it has been Democrat. These other states, Wisconsin, Michigan, Nevada, Arizona, and Alaska, they are all swing states and are under his control. Now, Maine and Minnesota are also swing states, but they do belong to Kamala Harris at the moment. Maine's New England, so it's no surprise, and Minnesota should have been blue well before, considering the Vice President Tim Walz, which is on the Democrat side, is from Minnesota. It's not decided yet, but they are winning there. Let's look into further detail of swing states. First, looking into not to see the control both Donald Trump and Kamala Harris have. So obviously very cool looking at the counties here, and as you can see, Donald Trump is dominating by just around 18,000 votes. And Jackie M analyzing the US election now. I'm in Arizona. The lead strength looking different for some counties, but yeah, the Democrats are right behind in this state, which is again a surprise, but we don't know yet. Kamala Harris might take over, but it's hard to say right now. How far is Trump? Like 23 away. If he gets 2 states, probably Michigan and Wisconsin first, then he's won. But Pennsylvania is 94% counted, still not fully decided, but it might go to Donald Trump, and that is worth 19. So surely with Pennsylvania and another state, this election will be finished, or at least you will know who will win. So I'm here as your database analyzer to tell you what's going on until the very end, or until one of the candidates reaches 270. And just in case you guys are wondering, I'm using Google here. Some sources may not have like these small states of New Jersey and stuff already decided for Harris, which is why Harris's electoral votes might be lower in some sources, but this is the most accurate source. I'm going here and I'm analyzing it for you. Now, next, let's go to the most important swing state here, Pennsylvania. Now, Pennsylvania here, it might look like that it's easily red. But what you may notice is these counties that are blue are more populated. Like Philadelphia, the capital of Pennsylvania, is strongly to Kamala Harris. Of course, you've got these other small minor candidates here. That's not going to make a difference. We're looking at the main two. Cambria, Potter, all these counties with smaller populations and swinging towards Trump, I really have to say that it looks like Trump likes more of the people in the countryside, while city people tend to go over to Kamala Harris, probably because of her more modern rules and principles. I don't want to be on any side here. I'm just analyzing, but that's probably the way how it goes. We looked at Pennsylvania. It's looking very close. Now let's look at the next one, Minnesota. Tim Walz's home state. Some are not even counted yet, but Hennepin and other populated areas like St. Louis tend to go towards Kamala Harris. Majority of counties going towards Murray, but if you look at the total counts, Kamala Harris is leading in the state, and in my opinion, will probably win Minnesota. I mean, like, I get how Trump's on a comeback and all this, but they're still going to get Minnesota. I mean, yeah, it's looking good. Thomas in the chat says, who do you think will win? I really think that Trump will win. Not taking sides here, but looking at what he's done and the comebacks and stuff and taking states that are usually Democrat, it's looking more of a sway to Trump. Yeah, it's looking good. Just gonna look at the overall area till we get an update for a little bit. Going to update it. Yeah.
Miss Carrera is Kamala Harris's mom.
Yeah, we're just looking at the total map here. But gotta say, most of the swing states are to Donald Trump. Donald Trump has definitely got a higher chance of winning this election. Still 77 electoral things to decide, but Trump only needs 23 of those to win. Harris might come back if she steals a lot of states, but it is looking unlikely. Say, give Trump an 80% chance of winning this, unless a sudden swing happens, which is good. And what I've noticed is, even in the confirmed states, they've got less than usual. Like, for example, New Hampshire, which is in like New England, only 51% goes for Harris. And Maine is even crazier. They're not even like confirmed yet. It's amazing. I mean, they might still go to Harris, but you can definitely tell more people are voting for Trump this election. What I like to do to analyze is look at the last election. There. If I search it up and look at the results for last election, you can see that Joe Biden had really got a lot more. Like, I'll put this in full screen. I'm sorry. Let me go down. There. So Donald Trump actually lost this one, 232 to 306. Looking at that same thing happening to Kamala Harris instead. If you look here, Nevada, Arizona, these are blue. Minnesota, easily blue. Pennsylvania, blue. Georgia, blue. Especially Georgia is very surprising as it has been confirmed red quite a while ago, which is surprising. Okay, now that we've seen the outside, we're gonna go quickly in and analyze some other swing states. Like, we're gonna go to Michigan now and look at the different counties. Okay, so of course, like I said before, we've got more of the urban areas swinging towards Kamala Harris. As, like I say again, I'm not trying to exclude anyone, but urban people think her opinions are more urban, while the rest of the counties that aren't too urban but aren't too remote either seem to sway to Donald Trump. What from I know, Donald Trump is more religious, and so, it depends state from state. Some states are just strong and loyal to that party no matter what, but other states tend to look more at the points of the politicians, and I guess that's what happened with Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin, Nevada, Arizona, Alaska, etc. Yeah, very surprising in this election how Trump has gone up and possibly might be the 47th president of the United States here with 67 million votes. Kamala at around 62 million, and Donald Trump swaying around just over 51% of the votes. And if you look at Maine, Trump recently, right now, won one of the 4 electoral votes in Maine.
Long to decide who's winning.
One Harris, one Trump. And yes, got a question from one of my viewers here on the call. Jack, yeah, what's up?
Bro, who's gonna take over Arizona? Trump or Camilla?
Oh, that's a very hard question, Jack. As basically from 2 hours ago, it has been a very close race. Yeah? Jack, what's up?
Even bro, it's scary.
Yeah, it is quite scary how some of these states are just swinging around. Like, for example, New Mexico was a shock because it was switching round and round and it wasn't updating well enough, but then suddenly became to Kamala Harris, which is, yeah, surprising. Washington, they aren't a surprise. Even with Donald Trump's remarkable comeback, I don't think really they could ever take the Western states, especially California and Washington. Very strong to the Democratic Party, no matter who's the candidate, really. Now let's look at Wisconsin's counties here. Yeah, you can see most of these swing states, Donald Trump is slightly leading, but if you look at the map and you don't look at the populations of each of the counties, you're going to say, oh, well, Donald Trump is easily winning here, but he's not. Look at the names of here: Dane, Menominee. These are very populated areas. Otherwise, when you look at these are like average populated areas. And yeah, it's quite cool looking at here. Trump just went up by 1, claiming 1 electoral vote from Maine. 1 Trump, 1 Harris, and 2 to be decided here. 76 electoral votes left, and it's looking to be very interesting here. It's looking quite long, and I'm going to refresh it. See how the difference is. So currently we're sitting at a difference of around 34 electoral votes. 34 may not sound a lot because you look here and say, oh, California's 54. But 34, there's not a lot of good, valuable swing states left. Pennsylvania's the most valuable. They're at 19, and there's a low chance Kamala will win that, even though it's usually Democratic. Yeah, I'm surprised here, especially where Michigan and Wisconsin really doing what they do right now. Like, Trump is really keeping up his votes, and just to let you know, all polling stations are now closed for ages, basically, in most states. And now it's just up to the counting. Gonna look quickly at the overall votes, then move on to another swing state. Here we are, Wisconsin. Trump is taking the lead. Michigan is swaying away. I think Michigan will go to Trump sometime soon. Let's look at the general votes. Trump is still at 51.2. Let's quickly look at the U.S. Senate. And not all states have competition for the Senate. And the Republicans win nationally. They went past 50. Yeah, this is the Senate. We're not going to look into too much detail. The U.S. House, it's loading. This is the U.S. House. Nothing's been won, but the Republicans are slightly winning in the U.S. House. We're going to go to governor and then quickly change back to president. Yeah. All races called. The Republicans have won over here. And let's switch back to the president just to look at a few of these interesting states. And now we're going to look at Nevada. And let me ask you guys this quickly to prove my point. And when you think of Nevada, what city do you think of? You don't think of Elko or Humboldt or Pershing. You think of things like Clark, right? Well, it's proving my point how these more populated areas go to Kamala Harris. I mean, you might be looking here and saying, all these are red. Why is Kamala Harris at 47%? Because this little guy. And because some other ones are closer than you think. Just looking for Las Vegas here. Wondering how Las Vegas is. Oh, Carson City. Carson City is very close, as you can see. Yeah. More populated areas swing to Kamala Harris. Made my point over and over again. We're going to go out and zoom out for a while. There hasn't been really any action, just analyzing what's going to happen. So, to stop what I'm doing for a while, I'm going to let you guys look at this for a little bit. And yeah. Yeah. Trump is winning by 34. It's a good chance, and heard Trump is making a speech in Florida, I believe. It's going to be interesting, this election. We don't really know who will win, but from what I know, we're going to win. It's hard to really see what's going on here. National president. All these things haven't been called yet. The national president. Wonder who will going to be. I'm going to stop it there, viewers. Thank you for watching this. Please like and subscribe. Obviously, this election is very good. Feel free to take a break and maybe come back in 20 minutes if you want, or you could stay here, stick around. look at the states for a little bit. I'm going to be clicking and analyzing them over again if you've just come here or if you're here already. Going to look at the valuable states. Most of them have already been taken. Donald Trump has won in Texas for ages. Going to look at Houston or the cities, see if we can find them. Hill, McLennan, Walker, Rosito, and El Paso, an urban area, goes to Kamala Harris. But Donald Trump has sealed his victory in Texas. It's up here. Gonna go out of Texas and go into Florida. Uh, 56.2%, and Florida has been decided. Palm Beach and Broward surprisingly do go to Kamala Harris. Miami-Dade was close, urban areas, you know. And let's go on the outside. I'm just going to state both of these candidates' policies here. So what we have for Kamala Harris is with abortion, and then Trump is with business innovation and controlling immigrants and stuff. Just gonna leave this here for a sec. Gotta go get something real quick. Feel free to stick around, and yeah, interesting election here. I gotta go. Give me a sec. Okay, here I am back analyzing the US election. Just gotta charge this, but yeah, welcome back to the interesting US election. I am all set up again and ready to view this amazing interest and phenomenon that only happens every 4 years, the US election. Yeah. Gonna look at one more state before I leave because this thing is getting long. Firstly, let's of course update it. Very close in all these states, I have to say. That's what's been keeping us for this long. Let's look at Alaska here. Alaska doesn't have any counties, just one huge county here that is swaying towards Donald Trump. Still a lot of Kamala votes, but Arizona isn't like a strong Democrat state like New York or California or Washington or New Mexico. Yeah, we're gonna quickly look at Idaho. Idaho's an interesting one. Some of them aren't even decided yet, but it has been clear. They've won. Most of the counties have gone for the Republicans here. Yeah, Idaho is looking good, have to say. Very close this election. I'll be back to update, not on YouTube, but be back to update when someone has won the election here. And gonna say bye-bye. Thanks, guys. Gonna watch this stream, of course, on YouTube after it ends anyway. So, yeah, thanks for watching. See you later.